Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dani, and for today's video, I'm going to be sharing the 4 products or 4 viral products that I absolutely cannot stand, that the natural hair girlies love down. Either there was a scandal, I get migraines from them. I'm going to tell you guys the tea about these 4 products that I'm also going to share some nasty habits that I used to have that hindered my hair growth journey that I no longer do now. So let's dive into the video. Elephant in the room. Dani, you're wearing a middle part bust down. How you finna talk about natural hair? Meek Mill braids underneath, tucked away. This is where we were before. This is where we are now. I am due for a haircut. We're also due for a wash day video. Please do not shoot me. Working on it. Let's dive into the 4 products that I absolutely cannot stand. Starting off very strong. Do you see the dust? I hate this thing. There was talks about cancer and it's no longer Black owned. I did find that it dried out my hair, and my hair is we already have a dry head hair. Dried out my hair pretty darn good. Remember how I was telling you guys with my skincare journey? If some of you guys are new here, I have a series on my skincare, and the way I implement new products is I do one at a time and then I start my routine up again. I do that for hair care products as well. This product, dragged me through the mud. I went through maybe about 2.5 bottles, and I thought I was crazy. My hair was literally breaking off the bone, and I have 4C underground, aka low porosity hair, high density. This was not good for me. And when I heard that it wasn't Black owned anymore, I felt like I was released from the shackles. So I felt really good about that, so I can really, really throw it in the garbage. But yeah, I don't like that one. I don't think we're using this at all. Did we cancel them? Can someone confirm if they're canceled? Please? Thanks. I really wanted to like her. I did. I tried, this is the, what is this? Hair fertilizer. You guys really ran with this. What is it supposed to do? Did I see results? I don't think so. I felt like it was just to use for a tingly sensation. Some women absolutely swear by it. I've gone down to, this is my 3rd tube. If anything, I just felt like there was a lot of weight on my hair when I did use this, even when I use a little bit. You guys know I'm really lazy with my natural hair. So when I would put some in my hair and then I would leave it, I felt like my hair was just so greasy. And then the spiciness, the tingling sensation, and I don't think this is fine hair friendly. Maybe for girls with thicker hair, it's pretty good, but for me, I really tried. Next product. Product number 3. I feel like I was gaslit into liking the AUSSIE line. I've seen so many Reddits of women complaining that their hair literally dropped out by using AUSSIE, or their hair just became so dry, or they lost body to their hair from using the line AUSSIE. I was using the deep conditioner. My hair is very thick and fine. It's just really weird. I have a lot of volume of hair, and the only product at the time that could help with detangling and deep conditioning, because you guys know my deep conditioning routine I do for 24 to 48 hours, was this. I do not know if they changed the ingredients in it, but the last 2 times that I deep conditioned with this product, when I tell you the headache, it was unbearable. I could not make it like an hour. I had to wash it out of my head immediately. I don't know. And I thought I was crazy. I did it once and I got a headache, and I kept it in for maybe 4 hours, and then I washed it out. Then I tried it again, an hour, washed it out of my head. Like, it was an excruciating headache, and I don't know if something has changed with it, but I've discontinued using this due to the headaches. I also was using it because I was lazy prior to getting the headaches, because it was the only deep conditioner that I could find at the time. And I'm lazy with my hair care, so I didn't really want to do extensive research. I was forced into finding a new product because this one was just doing a number on me. It was literally, I think I bought a pack of 6 of them, and I just gave them to my mom. She likes them. They're not giving her headaches. Hard no. The last and final product. I hate this product so much. There is no evidence of it in my house. I get the worst headaches when I use this thing. I make a concoction, Okay, this is a bunch of products. This concoction has actually helped my hair grow. I think I'll make it with you guys one day, make a video of me making it, but it does last me a very long time. But it is a concoction that I create to oil my scalp. When I do hot oil treatments, I will do this concoction. So it is a mixture of a vast majority of products. And there was one product that I added in my next batch that I made. When I was using it frequently with the original products that I was using, perfect, no problem, nothing at all. I added this mother to the next batch. My head, you know when they're playing the drums? That's what it felt like in my skull. I had to take out my braids, wash my hair 3 times. 3 times. To get the product out of my head. Again, thought I was crazy. I said, let me try it alone. Wash my head 4 times. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know why I keep getting headaches with these products. Like, really, really bad headaches. So not like, oh, my head is thumping. It is, I want to lay on the highway. I completely threw away the whole bottle. I think I still had like a good chunk left in that bottle. Dash it. Garbage, garbage. I don't want that in here. I threw it away. Never spoke of it again. I do hear women saying they have amazing results. They love it so much. I love that for you. Me, on the other hand, yeah. Those are my 4 products that are viral that I don't live by. I have a few other ones, but I wanted to start out small. But those are my 4 products that I just cannot. If you love them, I love that for you. Yeah, I'm not telling you to stop using them. They just don't work for me. They're either too heavy for my hair type or headaches, cancer. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So those are the 4 products that I just would rather stay away from. Now we're going to talk about the 4 nasty habits that I used to do that hindered my hair growth journey. Still do them sometimes. Very rare that I do them, but I still do them sometimes, transparently speaking. And I know a lot of you guys are going to relate to these things that I did. Starting off very, very strong, like pulling out my hair when I'm stressed. Like I will pick at the knots or I'll pick at my edges. I have no kitchen because I just be yanking. And my job is doing me in. If I stay at my job, I'll have no hair. I will be bald. If I continue to stay at this job that I'm currently at, I will be bald. I promise you I will be bald. I know it's an anxiety thing, but the stress and the sensation from pulling or yanking at your hair, I don't know if that correlates to picking cuts, because you guys already know that is my thing, popping pimples, but just the yanking at the hair. I know there's a lot of people that go through that, and we gotta find another outlet because we're gonna be bald. Yeah, so that's a really nasty habit that I used to have. Still do, in terms of not retaining length in my hair, because I just, unfortunately, I'm a hair picker or a hair puller, whatever you want to call it. I'm one of those girls. Happy about it? No. So number 2, we won't call this a habit. We'll call it more of a thing or a hairstyle. I will no longer be doing braids, like boho braids, knotless braids. I won't be doing those anymore. They're not for girlies with fine, horsey hair. One hairstyle can ruin years worth of progress with your hair growth journey. And I learned that the hard way. I had to do a really good, big, deep chop. When I came back from my vacation, the braids, they looked really good, but at what cost? You're losing your edges. You're losing retention, you're breaking your hair is getting damaged, your hair is getting dry, you can't get to your roots properly, you can't get to the shaft properly. At what cost? 2 weeks to ruin 2 years worth of progress? The synthetic hair rubbing against your natural hair for a long period of time. I've seen women that have kept braids in for 6 months to 2 months. Yeah, I was one of those dirty girls. Don't do that. You're gonna have no hair in your head. We're not doing braids anymore. So that's not really a habit, but it's something that I just won't be doing anymore. Nasty habit number 3 is constantly having my hands in my head. When I was starting my hair growth journey, I just wanted to see the progress. Whenever I didn't have nails on, I would pull up my hair, check how long it got, braid it back. I would do like every other day, and it was not good because you're constantly putting your hands in your hair. You're not giving yourself time to make your hair grow and see the progress that you need to see, because it usually takes a month of, you know, just see some actual progress. And I was just pulling that out every other day just to see if I was Rapunzel. Clearly the math was not mathing, but it made sense to me. So that's why my nails are always done. I always make sure my nails are done because I can't get a tight braid with my nails. My nails are done or my wig is on. Those two, how can I touch my scalp if both are done? Just to psych myself out, I will always make sure my nails are done. If not, my hand will be in my head. It's a win-win. That is my third nasty habit that I had that stopped my hair from growing. And the final nasty habit is not knowing the difference between a trim and a haircut. I be snipping, okay? Not paying attention to what I'm snipping. At one point, my hair was like this at the way I was snipping. I was just cutting and it was frequent. Like every time I took down that braid that I just talked about, now I just do trims whenever. Before, my hair would be down here and I'm just cutting. Oh, I'm doing a trim. Baby, you are cutting off your head hair. So I just said, you know what? We're just going to do trims every 4 to 5 months and leave it at that. I was very scissor happy. I think I've had a big chop like once a month. I'm not going to hold you, like once every other month for a year, because I just kept going. I honestly know that my hair could have been a lot longer than it currently is now if I wasn't so scissor happy, but I've taken a break from the scissors and I'm just trim when we gotta trim. If I see a split end, I will literally just cut that split end. I won't cut all the other hairs around it. Just cut that split end and go about my day. If there's a knot, cut the knot. So yeah, that's the last and final nasty habit that I had that stopped my hair from being able to jump rope with it. So those were the 4 products that I absolutely can't stand and the 4 nasty habits that I had that stopped me from growing my hair. Are we more intentional now? Absolutely. Absolutely. I have a few new favorites that I'm using right now. I was going to share those with you at the beginning of the video, but I decided not to because I want to finish the bottle first and then come to you and be like, yeah, we like it. No, we don't. So yeah, those were the 4 and 4 things that I wanted to share with you guys today, just for some global awareness. As we all are aware right now, there is a lot going on in the world. Natural disasters, Philippines, Hurricane Melissa, Jamaica, Cuba, Haiti, Sudan, genocide. There's a lot going on. I don't feel like we're getting a break. Every day there's something new that's happening. Any way that you can show some type of support. If you have barrels you want to send down, if you have clothes you want to send down, send them. There are people that are less fortunate than you that do need the help right now. And if you are in the financial space to do that, if you can do it, just do it. If you can't, repost. Continue to repost. Do not let it die. Do not let situations become invisible because these people need help. I live in Canada. The shit I got going on here is minuscule to what a lot of people are experiencing around the world. I have down below some links and resources that I found for some of those countries, information about what's happening in Sudan. You may not be able to go down to these countries and be on the front lines and help them, but there are other ways that you can help. I have done some check-ins with some of my subscribers whose families have been affected by any natural disaster to check in to see how they're doing. There's a lot of you, so if I haven't gotten back to most of you, it's because I'm going down the list, but I do hope everybody's family is safe. As always, I love and appreciate you guys more than you guys know. My channel is about helping in every capacity that I can in terms of sharing the things that I've learned for myself to make myself better. And that just doesn't stop with self-care. I am a person that I know I could see. I got 4 eyes. I could see. There are people around me that need help, and I want my community to be the same. If you can help, help. If you can't, repost. As always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I love and appreciate every single one of you, and I can't wait to see you in my next video.